Onewestmagazine, One West Radio. It's your boy P. Flicks, Damian Sanders, holding it down for the West Coast from the tip to the top. From Seattle to San Diego, y'all already know what time it is. Shouts out to the big homie OG Suicide for laying down that One West Magazine foundation all day long. I got a very special guest in the house tonight. She's been doing her thing for a little while now. She has a hot event popping off tomorrow, and she's here to tell us all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Miss Jenessa-Danyelle Evans. How you doing, Miss Lady?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Now, first of all, thanks for taking the time to holler at One West Radio.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now, tell us about your event tomorrow. It's the second annual Compton's Teen Summit. Tell us about that.
Yes, it is. It was a good idea for me. I've had it for a while. I wanted to do something different. I'm from the city of Compton, so it's my heart and my passion. Yes. It is my heart and my passion, but growing up, I didn't go to any schools in Compton. I went to private schools out of the city. So I got a chance to experience some stuff that I feel that a lot of kids in Compton do not get a chance to experience. And basically, that's what the Teen Summit was for me. I wanted to bring back the same things that I had a chance to experience going from college and going to private school most of my life to the same kids that I grew up with, because I feel like our kids are neglected. You know, every other kids have conferences and summits and all type of stuff that our kids don't get to experience. And I feel like, why are we always left out? Why are we singled out? We can't expect our kids to grow and effectively compete in this world if we're not giving them the same opportunities as everybody else. So that's what this is for me, a chance to give them the same opportunities as everybody else.
Now, dig that. Now, you got your foundation popping called Charlotte's Corner. Tell us how you came up with that name right there.
So Charlotte is my mother's nickname. I lost my mother when I was 8 years old. So that's how I came up with the name. So Charlotte is obviously in memory of her. And Korner is just basically in reference to having all of your resources right around the corner. So I'm a multi-verse organization. Most of the girls know me because they like to model, and that's how we started. But it's more than that to me. I want to bring whatever I can, different things, and just branch out each year and do it bigger and better and do more things to the community. I want to be able to do food drives, backpack drives, and just keep at it. So basically, like again, Charlotte's Corner is just having all of your resources right around the corner from you.
Now, you mentioned modeling. You actually have experience in competing in pageants. Tell us about that as well.
Yes, I was actually recruited to be in a pageant from modeling. So I had been modeling for over 2 years at the time, and I had been recruited for like 3 years to compete for Miss California. And I was like, I am not a pageant girl. And so one day I was just like, okay, after the third time, them knocking on the door, I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And so I started off with a smaller pageant, which was the Miss Compton pageant, because I said, I don't know anything about pageants, so I need to start off on a smaller level before I go to state. And I did the Miss Compton pageant. I competed in Miss California, Miss Black California, Miss Black Rosewood. I did just a number of pageants. So it turned from just one event to just being like a string of things.
Outstanding. Now the Compton Summit. Now tell us about some of the workshops that you have going on at the event tomorrow.
So tomorrow we will have body image, we have self-esteem, we have who am I, we have education, we have career planning, we have teenpreneur. So basically this entrepreneur, but showing the teens how you can start your business now as a teenager. We have gang intervention because, that is a problem in our community. I don't want to make it out as a big problem because I feel like we have so many different programs to stop the violence. What about everything else? So, but that is the issue, so it is something that we need to bring to the table. Then we have healthy relationships, because teens are in relationships and they should know how to be in good relationships and not be in abusive ones. So those are some of the topics I think at the top of my head for tomorrow.
I definitely dig that. Now, you got quite a bit of guest speakers that's going to be there as well. Tell us about some of the guest speakers.
Yes, I know personally all of the speakers, except for one, but my dad knows him. They used to work in a nonprofit back in the day called Youth Gangsters. So this is when back in the 90s, it was a big organization where they stopped a lot of the gang violence. They were a part of the truth back in the day between the Bloods and the Crips. So he will be the one coming out tomorrow to do the gang intervention, and he's been doing this for over 30 years, and he's also a Compton native. Then we have Miss Cheryl Lynn. She she's the current Miss Plus America, and she's also a plus-size model for Lane Bryant, and she travels all across the world. So we have quite a few people. Then we have Sharon Judy, who also has her own nonprofit, and she's famous for her Daddies and Daughters Teen Summit, which she has for them. So it's just specifically for dads and daughters. Our dads raising single daughters, kind of like my dad raised me. And she's also a native Wisconsin, and she's been doing this for over, 30 years. So very fortunate for the speakers that I have.
All day long now. Let's say in the next 2 to 3 years, like where do you hope this how do you hope to see this summit expand or grow?
The next 2 or 3 years, I actually want to make it a week. So I actually want to change the date to like a summer teen summit. That's the ultimate goal, because in the summer, sometimes kids, they don't have a lot of stuff to do when they get into a whole bunch of stuff they shouldn't be getting into. So basically, to give them a chance to do something to do. So we will still have a workshop, and then I'm looking forward. I want to have like dances and stuff like that, and talent competitions, but stretch it out over a week period, so they have a whole full week conference.
I dig that. Now, once again, this is Onewestmagazine, Onewest Radio. We live and in charge and doing it real big. We got a special guest in the house tonight. We got Miss Jenessa-Danyelle Evans, straight out of Charlotte's Korner, her foundation. She has her event cracking tomorrow. It's the second annual Compton's Teen Summit. Now, I'm really interested in your theme, dangerously educated. Now, how did you come up with that right there?
So I was always taught that to be, by my dad, he was like, there's two most dangerous things in the world, and he was like, brains and beauty. If you have both, you can conquer the world. So education is dangerous. Even Martin Luther King said it. He said one of the most dangerous things that we could have is someone who's highly educated but doesn't have moral skills. So if I'm a very intellectual kid, but I don't have any moral compass, it kind of trumps the idea, and that's how you get some of the bad people out there that we have today. So to me, it's education. People don't see it that way. It is something that's dangerous, but in a positive way. So you should be educated, but you also have knowledge. Those are two different things. So use your education and use your knowledge, and you have power, and you can take over whatever it is that you want to take over. And so for me, it was just this. Again, from the community we come from, everybody looks at, guns and stuff as dangerous. To me, that's not dangerous. Educated people is dangerous, and they can make a difference in the world that we live in. Okay, now,
if the people want to find Miss Evans online and get more information on Charlotte's Korner, how can they find that?
www.charlotteskorner.com. Real simple, just a name.com. We have Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The Twitter handle and the Instagram handle is simply at Charlotte's Korner. Facebook, www.facebook.com/Charlotte's Korner.
And for the fans that don't, and for the fans that don't know, let's give us the address and location right quick for tomorrow and what time it starts.
It starts at 9 o'clock. We will be setting up at 8, but all youth should be there at 9 o'clock. It's at Compton Youth Field, and that address is 477 East Compton Boulevard. And again, that's 477 East Compton Boulevard. And look for the balloons in the sign. Because the trick about Compton Youth Field is, even though it's exactly on Compton Boulevard, there's no entrance on Compton Boulevard. The entrance is right around the corner. So I will have balloons and signs saying, you've seen some here.
All day long. I absolutely love it. You know what I'm saying? Onewestmagazine supports you 10,000%. We've had our eye on you. We definitely support what you're doing, and we want everybody else out there to make sure you support what Miss Evans is doing all day long. We appreciate you for coming out.
Thank you so much for inviting me and for the support, because I've noticed it even before I had the organization when I was modeling. So I do appreciate the support. It means a lot. It means a lot.
All day long, anytime. Onewestmagazine, Onewest Radio, and you do know